Music Studios in Springfield, Missouri, it's Wake Up with Greg. Here's your host, Greg.
Hey, good morning, friends and family. It is a beautiful Thursday morning. It is time for Wake Up with Greg. I am your host, Greg Rosander with Palin Music Center, and we are here every morning at 8:30 weekday Central Time to share some really cool instruments with you, and then also just to share life with you, talking about different stories, sharing some inspiration, and just having a good time. So it's great to see you. Please feel free to do all the usual social media things, like, comment, and subscribe to our Palin Music Band and Orchestra channel. You can get notifications of when this show is coming up. Like I said, it's every morning at 8:30 for Wake Up with Greg. And so that's what you need to do. I'm great. I'm great. I'm happy to see you, and I'm happy to share my day with you. So we're going to jump into some really cool horns real quick. Today is kind of a Selmer special, but before I get to that, I'd like to introduce my partner, Jordan, over here.
Good morning, everybody.
Behind the scenes and helping me out here. So good morning, Jordan.
Yeah. Well, before we get into the first horn, Greg, you know the drill. You got to tell us about your shirt and watch today.
All right. Well, we've been on a theme this week, sticking with the Paisleys from my favorite designer, Daniel Cremieux. So this one's just actually not really Paisley. It's more, well, I guess there's some Paisleys on there, some flowers and whatnot. I'm in my blue phase today. I got the blue shirt, the blue jeans, the blue shoes. We're rocking Hey Dudes today. So, and with that, I have my my watch, since I know Jordan's going to ask me about it anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you. Let's give that a shot here. This is a Citizen Echo Drive, solar powered, super cool watch my wife got me for our 25th wedding anniversary. I think my chair's stuck on something here. There we go. All right. So this is a fun watch. Got to be careful to not let it die, because then you got to put it in the sunlight or some other natural light to charge it up. But hey, it's a lot of fun, really cool, looks good. It's got some blue on it, so it matches the shirt and everything. All right, so shirt, watch, done. Let's move on to some really killer horns today. And like I said, today's kind of a Selmer special. We're dealing with just saxophones this morning, but we always like to shake it up and throw some trumpets and trombones and different things in there. We'll get some clarinets and flutes on here hopefully next week. But let's start out with this really amazing horn. Hey, oh look, I'm not going to forget the gloves today. Got my fancy Mickey Mouse white gloves here so I don't get these all fingerprinted and stuff. We are going to start with the top of the line, and in their words, the greatest saxophone ever made. This is the Selmer Supreme alto sax, and holy smokes, this thing is a beauty. Let me first show you, check out this really cool kind of blanket that comes with the case that goes on top of the horn, just to keep it nice and pretty in the case. And then here is the Supreme. Supreme meaning top of the line, best as it can get. This is a completely redesigned saxophone from Selmer, utilizing their 100+ years of experience making the best saxophones in the world. And so this is kind of the culmination of all of that. They did a limited edition in 2022 of their Model 22. It was a Supreme, but it was a limited edition, gold plated and so on. This one happens to be in the dark lacquer finish, but just, I don't know if you can even catch this on the camera, but the beautiful engraving on here, all kinds of really intricate details, floral patterns, and then some a little bit more graphic, like cube designs on there. It is just a stunner. Again, top of the line, all the appointments you could possibly want on this. This is live right now on our website at palinmusic.com. You can also give me a call at 417-882 7006 if you would like to talk about this horn more in detail. Otherwise, hit that buy now button and take it home today. I would love to send this out to you. So that's the Selmer Supreme. This is the Model 92 DL for dark lacquer, and comes in this really awesome BAM designed case, backpack style, all kinds of hidden pockets in there and everything. Amazing horn. Come and check it out.
All right, Greg, while you're packing that bad boy up, do you
Yes.
have a song that you could share with us today?
I do have a song I'm going to share with you today, Jordan. And this happens to come from, I'm going to take my gloves off here for a second so I can work my phone. This happens to come from one of my all-time favorite bands and saxophone artists. And I'll be honest, this guy doesn't really get the credit that he deserves. His name is Jay Beckenstein. The band is Spyro Gyra. Been one of my favorite bands since, since high school. So it's going on close to 40 years. Oh my gosh, don't say that out loud. But he is just a phenomenal player and just has a wonderful tone, both on alto and especially on soprano. He's even a great tenor player. He doesn't play tenor as much, but one of the most prolific bands and artists in the jazz pop fusion category. Smooth jazz, if you want to call it that, but I'm not a big fan of that term. But Jay Beckenstein, props to you. So the song that I want to share, and I'm going to show you this. I don't know if you can see that. The album, let me get really close there. The album is called Point of View, and the song is called The Unknown Soldier. And this is just a really beautiful ballad on soprano sax, and what's so great about it is just the way this song builds. It starts out just really slow and mellow, kind of like, I mean, with the title The Unknown Soldier, you're thinking of it like this young kid just getting ready to go off to war, whether, whatever the war may be, and he's leaving his family and friends and loved ones behind and starts heading off. But this song just kind of builds and builds and builds and kind of comes to a climax, like, maybe this is where in the battle that he, gives his all for the cause. And then, it kind of comes down from there into just a remembrance. But we don't ever get to know the guy's name, but we know that he fought for what he believed in. So it's a beautiful song, beautiful soprano tone, not that kind of just whiny, quacky sound that a lot of soprano players get, but just really pure, clean, lovely. Check it out. This is Spyro Gyra. Album is Point of View. The song is The Unknown Soldier. Jay Beckenstein rocks. All right. So let's jump into the next horn on our list. And we've got some tenor madness going on here. We're going to double it up with two tenors. They're kind of beastly for this little screen here, so I'll do my best to show them to you. These are both the reference series horns, which kind of an interesting thing to know. They're not making these anymore because of the new Supreme model that they are coming out with. They've already come out with it. We just haven't gotten ours yet. We are waiting with bated breath anxiously to get this new tenor and to get it into your hands. But in the meantime, oh, this one's still got some plastic on it. We'll get that out of here. All right. This is the reference 54. Now, why reference 54, you ask? What does that all mean for a saxophone player? Well, this means, if you know anything about saxophones at all, you know about the fabled Mark VI tenor and alto saxophones, which are, heralded by most sax players out there as kind of the holy grails of saxophones, especially from certain like serial number periods. But this horn is a modern reimagining or interpretation of the Mark VI. And this is just a beautiful horn in this nice, gorgeous matte finish. Really understated. I mean, it's just clean. There's no fancy engraving on it at all. It's just saxophone in its purest form. Again, this beautiful satin finish. Professional grade. It's going to look, sound, and feel like a Mark VI, but have a little bit more of a modern mechanism to it. But just a powerhouse of a horn. This is the Reference 54 tenor saxophone. This is live on our website at palinmusic.com. And like I said, you can also give me a call. We'd be happy to, look at the bell. Woo! Be happy to talk about it. 417-882-7006. And I am likely the cat to answer the phone. If not, they will hand you over to me super quickly. All right, so we got 2 Selmers down. Tenor Madness Day. We'll be talking about, and take a look at this case. I got to zip it up first so I don't drop this. I'm falling off the camera. I'm still over here. Here we go. All right. Beautiful contoured case, hard shell case. Feels like leather. I'm not sure that it's real leather, but anyway, it is just awesome. So that is the reference 54.
All right, 2 down, 1 to go.
2 down, 1 to go.
Before that,
this chair is wonky today, man. I don't know what is going on.
You're rolling around. Could you show us something cool?
Could I show you something cool?
I want to see something cool.
Let's see something cool. I'm going to share something with you. Something a little personal to me here, and I'll get into the details on this. But check this out. I don't know. It looks like a little booklet or whatever. But you know, who's that guy? Who's that guy right there? That is the legend, the king of swing himself, Benny Goodman. And what's special about this particular picture of Benny Goodman is this is a drawing by one of my favorite artists, Al Hirschfeld. He did these really cool line drawings. He started with like Broadway actors and performers, and then moved into all kinds of popular music at the time. And he's done everybody. He's just super, super cool. So, but what's special about this little booklet, I'm going to open it up here. This was a gift from my father. And a little bit about my father, he's the one that introduced me to big band music. When I was a kid, starting out playing the clarinet, he introduced me to Benny Goodman, Artie Shaw, all the really amazing guys. Here's the booklet. It's a little stained. I apologize about that. Don't know why that happened, but he got this for me through PBS, you know, those channels. They were doing a show about Benny Goodman. I think it might have been even like one of his last televised concerts. But what's super cool about this, and I'm going to spin this around here, is inside this booklet is a clarinet reed. But not just any clarinet reed. This is one that has been authenticated to have been played by Benny Goodman. So how cool is that? I mean, kind of maybe a little bit gross if you think about it, because, you know. But on the flip side, it's got his DNA on it. I could probably clone Benny Goodman if I had, some scientists in my pocket there. But what a really cool thing. His daughter, I think his daughter's name is Rachel, if I'm not mistaken. But she just like collected these things when she was, at home as a kid, and thought, she could do something with them someday. And turns out, there they are. I've got a Benny Goodman authentically played clarinet reed with some artwork by my favorite artist, Al Hirschfeld. Really cool book. And thank you, Dad, for this amazing gift and for introducing me to these great artists and giving me a love for this music, big band music. So that's my kind of little story for the day. Not necessarily inspirational, but hey, it's about me, it's about you, it's about music, it's about life. Having some fun. All right. So there you go. How about that? Little story about me. I'll put that back on my lovely set here. Feel free to ask any questions about any of the stuff on my set, any of the stuff I've talked about today. You can comment. I will do my best to answer them while we're here. If not here, I can answer them later for you. But yeah, great to have you here. So with that, we will jump into, and let me get my fancy gloves back on here. We will jump into the final horn of the day, which is the other reference model, tenor saxophone. I don't need to show you the case because it's exactly like the other one. But this is the reference 36. And so why 36? The 54 and the 36 basically reference a time period in the Selmer manufacturing. This horn is not based on the Mark VI, but based on the precursor to the Mark VI, which was, again, the top of the line horn at the time, the Balanced Action. And there are a lot of Selmer guys out there, sax players, that, they're playing these old Balanced Actions horns because of the sound that they've got that they prefer over the Mark VI. Now this one is in the traditional lacquer finish. It does have some more fancy engraving on it, but here's the reference 36. If I can get that up there, you can see that. And again, these are going to be harder and harder to come by because they're not making them anymore because of the new Supreme model coming out. But this is, again, another just amazing horn. It's got, again, all the bells and whistles. They probably wouldn't have had these features back in the day, but the high F sharp key and adjustable thumb hooks, and it certainly would have had beautiful engraving on it. This one does have the beautiful hand engraving on there. So this is the Reference 36, again, available right now at palinmusic.com, or give me a call, 417-882-7006. And I'll make you a deal on these horns because I want them to ship out today to you. So give me a call, we'll make you a deal. There we are, Selmer Reference Series. You'll be seeing some more from me, not live, but if you're on this channel, you'll see some more detailed information about these horns and other Selmers as well. And if you keep looking at the channel, there's all kinds of other videos that we've done on other brands and models of really cool stuff. So,
all right, Greg. Well, before we get out of here.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna get some coffee. I'm thirsty. It's morning.
We're waking up. Oh yeah. Well, after you swallow that coffee, is there a quote that you have that you could share with us today?
I do have a quote. I'm having fun digging into these quotes about music. This is a quote from an American poet by the name of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Very fancy name there. He is known for some of his more famous works: Paul Revere's Ride, The Song of Hiawatha, Evangeline. He's also was the first poet to completely translate Dante's Divine Comedy, so that's pretty cool if you know what that's about. And then he was also one of the original New England fireside poets. He's a 19th century poet. I think he was born in like 1807, somewhere in there, died in the 1880s. So, but really, he was also an educator. Props to the educators out there. But here's what he says about music. He says, "Music is the universal language of mankind." And that is so true. In fact, I'm going to take that a step further and say music is the only true universal language of mankind. Because think about it. Anywhere you go in the world, if you are a musician, without opening your mouth or saying a word, you can communicate with other musicians through music. And you can communicate with other people who aren't musicians by playing music for them. Everybody knows music, feels music, understands music, whether they're performers or not. But it is truly, you can go anywhere in the world and play music and share music with people, and it is 100% universal. So thank you, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, for your quote, "Music is the universal language of mankind." So with that, folks, just remember, we are helping people to make meaningful music. That's what we do. And when you're ready, I'm here for you too. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.